Today in the morning, I was listening to Achar Prashant's views on this war. Very disappointing. He looks to me a mind-fucking communist intellectual prostitute. Nothing to do with meditation. Looks like he has been funded well and promoted by those who are anti-India and anti-Modi. So whatever he does reveals him more. He has talked much on Bhagavad Gita of Krishna. And Krishna is all for the righteous war. He is not saying when evil people are on the other side, people who are adharmic, then you have to be loving to them, because these people don't understand that language. So you have to be brutal with the brutes. Krishna tried his very best that the war should not happen. But these were ignorant, arrogant, egoistic people. They were great warriors, but they thought that their might, and because Bhishma Pitama, the greatest archer, the greatest warrior of that time, and Dronacharya, their teacher, who was the greatest teacher, of war, was on their side. So their victory was certain, and their army was far bigger than the army of the Pandavas. So, and even the army of Krishna was on their side, which was called Narayani Sena, which was very big. So, and Krishna said that I am not going to fight. Either choose me or choose my army. Because when both of them, Arjun and Duryodhan, they went to meet Krishna at the same time. And Duryodhan sat near his head, because he was an egoist, arrogant man. So he sat there, and Arjuna sat near his feet. So when Krishna came out of his nap, he saw first Arjuna. So both of them had come for assistance. So Krishna said that because I saw Arjun first, maybe Duryodhan had come before him. But he said that I have seen him first, because he was sitting at his feet, a humble man, a man ready to learn, a receptive man. So he was very happy sitting at his feet. And when you go to someone to ask something, then you need to be humble. Only when your vessel is empty, anything can be poured into it. If you are already full of your ego, full of your bullshit, nothing will go inside. If it is full of stones, what more you can put into it? So Arjuna said, I will give first chance to Krishna said, I will give first chance to Arjun. So Arjun said that I want you, what I will do with your army. And Duryodhan was overjoyed. He became very excited. He could not hide his happiness. He said, this is a stupid man, a complete nincompoop, an idiot. When Krishna said already that I am not going to fight in the battle, then he will be just worthless. What he will, without taking any weapon in his hand, what he can do. So he was very happy. And when he went outside and met the most cunning man on his side, the most not only clever but very demonical man, Shakuni, he was very happy. He said that Arjun is a real fool. He asked Krishna. He was given the chance, but he missed it. And then Shakuni said, you are a fool. Now we have lost the war, because wherever Krishna will be, there will be victory. Whether he participates or not, whether he takes weapon or not. This man is very clever. He is very Mayavi. He can do anything. Because he was not himself a spiritual person, so he could not understand anything beyond Maya, beyond magic. So he said, this man is very Mayavi. So we have already lost in a way. And when Krishna asked Arjun, why you choose me? I am not going to participate. He said, that doesn't matter, whether we lose or we win. I was always, even if thousands of times chance is given to me, I will choose you. So these are the people, Arjun chose the man of truth, the man of enlightenment, the man who had vision. So these people, Arjun proved here also that he is the righteous man. He is on the man who is pure man, who is not corrupted. And because Duryodhan was an evil man, the dark cloud was enshrouding him. So out of that confusion, he could not choose. He could not take the right decision. So Krishna's whole message is that when the evil is on the other side, if you surrender to them, then you are giving them strength. They will do more demonical act. Just by surrendering to them, they are not going to be changed or transformed. Their very nature is evil. So nothing can change them. And that is what Duryodhana himself said. I know what is dharma. I know what is adharma. But I am not inclined toward dharma. My inclination is towards adharma. My pravirti is towards adharma. I am attracted to that. So just by being very loving to a brood, you cannot change them into some beautiful being. And when you are a king, you are responsible. You have to take care of your people. If you take wrong decision, people will suffer. So there is no perfect choice. You have to choose that which is less harmful. That's why I am totally with Israel. Because they have proved themselves by the act what they did in the beginning of the war. When you attack people in the night time, that show you belong to the category of Rakshas, the demons. You are attacking civilians, you are attacking women, you are attacking children, you are killing them, you are raping them, you are selling them in the marketplace, you are putting them in cages, you are 50 to 100 people are raping one woman. Who can support these monsters? Only those who are themselves monsters. Anyone who has any sensitivity will respect women just like his own mother. If you cannot respect women, then there is no scope for any growth in your life. And this bloody mind-fucking Achar is saying that first they attacked and now Israel is doing the same thing. They are not doing the same thing. They are not killing, beheading children. But they have all those people in the Hamas, those who are living about 2.2 million. They are all supporter of these evil people. They are all terrorists in waiting. And they are used as a human shield. And they want to be used because they are in support of the philosophy of the Hamas. Whatever is their philosophy, they also believe in the same philosophy. The whole Muslim world believes in the same philosophy. That no one has any right to exist except Muslims. They are the only religious people. All others are astray. They are worse than animals, they are worse than pigs, they are worse than shit. And it is very much, they are not hiding anything in their declaration, in their vision, in their philosophical book. It is written in their charter, it is written that until and unless all Jews are destroyed, we have to kill them or throw them out of here. So the Prime Minister of Israel, he said that for us there is no choice. It is a matter of our survival. It is if we don't kill them, then we are going to be destroyed. And if we kill them, nothing much will happen. Because by killing these Hamas, not all Muslims are going to be extinct. But Israeli, the Jewish, their number is very small. And this idiot, Achar Prashant. He cannot even see this much. Their number is so small. And Muslims have 55 or 57 countries. So what is the problem? If they are living in a small area, you take them. But they all know that these are terrorists. They can overturn any government. They are absolute nuisance. So they will never take them. And now they are crying, hue and cry. They are playing this victim card. First you do all kind of monstrous act. When the other parties start replying, then you say that this is against human right. They are not human beings. So what right they have? If you allow them to exist, they will spread terrorism everywhere. They know nothing else. It is said when the UN General Secretary or someone went there, they said that they are the poorest people in the whole world. And they are the most uneducated. And only 40% people have jobs there. But they are themselves responsible for it. The Hamas are responsible. They are themselves all uneducated people. They are all seeking paradise. They have nothing to do with this world. Only when you kill others, your paradise will be guaranteed. Otherwise, money is coming from Muslim countries, Qatar and everywhere. Israel is giving them facility. They had given them work permit. That's why they could enter into Israel. They are treated in their hospital, and this is what they have given them back. They were creating this camouflage that now we don't want any fight, we are tired of it. So they became little relaxed. But eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. So the moment they became little relaxed, they did this monstrous act. And when you are dealing with demons, when you are dealing with mad dogs, then all these ethics and principles are not allowed, not needed. Because they don't believe in any principle. When war used to happen in India, the rules were decided before the war began. That only a man who is not on chariot, who is standing on the ground without any chariot or elephant, only those who are without any vehicle, only they can fight with that man. When you are on chariot, those who are on chariot, only they can fight with that man. And then when the sun will set, then there will be no war. So in Mahabharat war, they followed it till on the 13th day. The Kauravas, they broke all the rules which was set before the war began. They, by some conspiracy, drove Arjun away from the war. And Dronachar, the head of the Kaurava army at that time, he made it is an arrangement how the how the battlefield will be arranged. So this is called chakra view. So he created this chakra view. So in the whole world there were only two people who knew how to break this chakra view. One was Arjun and the other was Abhimanyu, his son. Maybe there may be few others like Krishna and other, they must be knowing. Krishna definitely knew. There must be few other on the Kaurav side, they may be knowing, but or maybe I don't know. But in the Pandava side, only Arjun and Abhimanyu knew it. And the story is that Arjun was narrating, telling this how to create this chakra view to his wife Subhadra when Abhimanyu was in her womb. And while he was telling this story, she fell asleep. So he could tell her how to enter into it. And Abhimanyu listened it in the womb. But then Krishna came and because she slept, and then Krishna came, so he forgot to tell again how to come out of it. And it is said that it was Krishna's design that Abhimanyu should not know how to come out of this chakra view. So on the 13th day, when the Arjuna went away chasing some people, and he was far away, and the Kauravas army was devouring Pandavas. They were being devoured in this chakra view. So the head of the army, Yudhishthir, the eldest of the Pandavas, he said, anyone know how to enter into this chakra view? So Abhimanyu said that I know how to. I have heard it in my mother's womb. I know how to enter, but I don't know how to come out of it. So Bhima, he was the strongest, and all other brothers, 4 of them, and other warriors, they said that you enter, we will, once you break it, we will enter immediately afterward. So he entered, but Jadrath was standing just there. He stopped all the Pandavas. He had got this boon from Shiva, Lord Shiva, that on one day you will be able to stop all the Pandavas except Arjun. So Arjun was not there. So they could not enter into this chakra view. And Abhimanyu was a fierce warrior. He was a very skillful warrior. So on that day he defeated almost all the great warriors of Kauravas and killed Duryodhan's son and I think Sal, his son. So they became very enraged. So they wanted to take revenge. So they made a plan. Karna, who was as skillful as Arjun, he first broke the bows and arrow of Abhimanyu, and they had all surrounded him from all the sides, and from the back side Karna broke his chariot. Then he was on the ground, so they surrounded him from all the sides. They broke his chariot, they killed his charioteer, destroyed his chariot totally. And he had only sword, so he said to them that I am alone and you have all surrounded me from all sides. Have you forgotten the rule of the law of the war? What you are doing? And you are all elderly to me. How can you do this to me? If you want to fight, I am ready to fight with one of you, but let my new chariot arrive. But they were not listening. They had decided to kill him. They were full of revenge in their mind. They were full of tamas and darkness inside, inner darkness. So he fought very bravely with all of them, but they killed him very brutally. So when in the evening Arjun returned, he saw that his son has been killed. They told him in such a brutal way they have killed him, breaking all the rules of the war. Then he was told that he asked them, what all of you were doing. He asked his brothers. He was very angry. So Bhim said that we tried our very best, but today, I don't know from where the power came to Jadrath, he stopped us all. Because he was given boon by Lord Shiva that you can stop one day all of them, all the Pandavas except Arjun. So Arjun took a vow that either I will kill Jadrath before the sunset today, or I will enter into the fire. So he managed to kill, and this is why Krishna has made this arrangement that Abhimanyu should not know how to come out of this Chakravyuh. Because so far they were following all the rules and all the ethics, all the principles of the war. They were good people, so they could not become so evil. But now when his son was killed in such a brutal way, breaking all the rules, so now they become really fierce. They forget all the ethics themselves now. They understood that these are evil people, these are demonic people. They will understand only this language. And this is what Krishna wanted to show them, that you are trying to be very, very just, very good to those who don't understand that language. And then later on, son of Ghatochkach, son of Bhim, who was himself a demon, Ghatochkach. So they asked him, they invited him to help them. And these demons, they have power, their power increases very much when they fight in the night. So they started also breaking all the rules. So afterwards they were fighting any time. So that is when you are dealing with evil forces, when you are dealing with people who don't understand any other language, then all these things are meaningless. That now their innocent children will die, those who are not involved in the war, they will die. They are not innocent people. They are part of this sinful people. They are in agreement with them. Is Hamas mein sabhi nange. It is said in Hindi, is Hamam mein sabhi nange, but even in this Hamas, everyone is naked. Everyone is, and it is not just these Hamas people. All the Muslims almost all are potential terrorists, if they know what their religion is. I was hearing it yesterday that this is a very pak place, very pious place. If that Jerusalem is a very pious place, very pak place, then why all the sins, all the pap is happening there? If they had any sanity, it can be, if they had any consciousness, it can be decided very easily. Leave them that place for the Jews, because they have no other holy place. That is their Vatican, that is their Makkah. They say, Muslims say that this is Alaska Mosque is their third most important mosque. But it is your third most, and this is all just bogus story, imaginary story that Muhammad, when he had to go to paradise, he had to Mount of Dome or something, from there he ascended to heaven. Now these are all just for children. On his burak, an animal who is somewhat resembling to horse and donkey and little bit like human being. These are all stories which has no reality. So if they are sane people, and if there is even little bit of religiousness in all of them, Christians and Muslims should leave it for them. For this, you need not be an enlightened person to be this much generous. But it is all nothing, no generosity, no religiousness. In the name of religions, they will be doing all kind of murders and killing. They have been doing it. And it is not that they say that it was always of Philistine. It is in, I think, 1187 or 1087, they captured that place. The way they go on capturing others people religious place, like they built their Babri Masjid on top of Rama's birthplace, Rama's temple. And why they do it? Just to humiliate other people. We will capture your religious place. And even this story of Muhammad going to heaven on Burak and meeting Allah, this story came into existence 200 years after Muhammad's death. So this is just a bogus story. And all the Muslim knows that these are just stories. But the real purpose is to just capture others people's land. You have no other creativity. You have no other talent. So just go on capturing others people's land. Go on raping others people's women. Rape even children. Rape 100 man, 50 man, you are raping one woman. Now who can support these kind of people? You have beheaded, you have killed more than 40, 50 children. Now you should get all the pleasure. You don't deserve to be alive. That is what he said. Netanyahu said that they are already dead for us. They are all dead. And it is very good. Their number of these terrorists should be decreased. Just today I was hearing that the new chief of army in Pakistan, Asif Munir or something, Mullah Munir, he is Hafiz of Quran. He knows the whole Quran by his memory. So first time a man has become chief of the armies. Who is also a Hafiz, who was also head of military intelligence, and he was also head of Pakistan ISI. So this has never happened. So he is the most dangerous head of the army ever in Pakistan. He was going in other countries, all Muslim countries. He want to transfer the nuclear technology to some Muslim countries. Somewhere in some Muslim countries he has cracked this deal in $3.2 billion or something like that. And it is said that they have a place, something similar to Gaza in Pakistan. They have it has been just destroyed few days back. And it is said that few months back the American people came in 20-30 cars and they took all the secrets. But still, once you know how to make it, you can make the bomb again. But if that place has been destroyed, something similar to Gaza, then perhaps they may not transfer the technology. If Muslim countries have this nuclear technology, then they can bring the doomsday any day, because their life begins only after death. They cannot be trusted upon. Pakistan already have, but I don't know whether they have now the whole technology or not. But I was just hearing just before I started talking that there is one Chinese who has left China. He was saying, first let me finish it. So he was saying that once there was an argument between the Chinese and the American top notch. So they were having this argument, and the Chinese said that we are going to transfer nuclear technology to 3 Islamic countries. And whatever you can do, you can do. We don't care for you. So China is another evil force. They are also very much involved in this. The planning has happened in North Korea, in China. They are all part of this, whatever is happening at present. And there is a possibility Russia may also come together with them. Okay, you talk something non-serious, all of you.
Yes, you don't ask, but you discuss with us.
I said you talk, I am coming.
Yes, I am talking to Bhupendra. You don't ask us, but you can discuss with us what is happening in your life.
Oh, it's not particularly happening. It's regarding one of my friend, very close friend. Like he is also sannyasi. So we used to, whenever I go home, I go. We travel, we meditate, we live together. So basically, it's not something about him and something about going all around, like being selfish, being untrue, and being hypocrite, and like धोखा देना को क्या बोलेंगे इंग्लिश में?
धोखा देना यही है, hypocrite या untrue.
Yeah. So my question is about that. How can be a person being both saint and insane together? I mean, saint and devil together. I mean, at the other hand, one is just being. What's the name of that guy? That Daku, the Lutera, who was only man. And do you know the story? And the other hand, he became Kalidas, I guess.
What was his name first?
Unglimal, I guess.
Unglimal. No. Unglimal didn't become Kalidas, I think.
Then who became?
Kalidas became
I may be
someone
wrong.
else.
Maybe Swamiji may be knowing.
Yes.
I'm missing the name. Ratnakar it was. Ratnakar became Kalidas.
Yes.
My question is about that. That how
Yes.
can be one be Ratnakar at the one hand and being Kalidas at the same time? Like I'm Ratnakar for you and I am Kalidas for her. It can be, but somehow it is understandable, but somehow not. And so that was the thing I wanted to discuss and ask.
मैं कम करता हूँ.
So you know the language there. You learned the Austrian language. What's the name of language?
German.
Okay, German. Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
2 seconds.
What you were asking?
So I was asking how one can be Ratnakar at the same time and Kalidas together. Can any be? I mean, it is similar to the thing you asked. You were saying to Karen before I joined. Like somehow it is understandable, but still it is not. That's why the question is here. That I'm hypocrite with you, but I'm sent with my family or to my well-wisher or to the person whom I get the things, I get the opportunities, or I get the favor that they are my beloved and what's the thing I forgot. Anyway, so for the other person, I'm too selfish, like to the hell. Like I can go with any hypocrisy. I can go to the deep down to the zero level of sin, and at the other hand, I become the most true person for the another person. Most totally true person. I will say only truth, and I just became open, like and vulnerable, and like a mirror only. Can these things go together?
So you said that you have understood little bit. What you have understood? Something is understandable, something is not understandable. So
Yeah,
what is?
something is understanding the point of view that the person is doing all these things. I'm just trying to imagine the way he is thinking and doing all this shit.
Who?
It's not particularly one person. It's just
You're talking about yourself, or you're talking about someone else?
Somehow I'm talking about myself also, because I may be the same. I'm talking about I may be doing these things with some other guys. I may not be knowing that.
Who is the other person? Who is the other person? Who is the other person?
It's not about one person. I'm just talking about the friends, family, and everyone. Like, there are priorities for everyone for doing things for what they want in life. So question raised because of the I read somewhere that in somehow, not somehow, everyone is selfish.
What do you
So
mean by selfish? What do you mean by
self,
selfish?
the meaning of that guy, what I understood is that time that totally being and selfish mean you just take favor and you just go with the you just use the person, like you just take some favor or anything, you just took something. It's not, and you are not even thankful to him or her, or
You're not.
you used thankful to him or her, or uh, to the very extent you just use the person as a thing.
You are utterly confused. And it is your question is totally mind fucking.
Oh, that's good to know.
Now I think you have enough of your garbage. Now let me say something. Okay? Please.
Yeah, okay.
In some school of Western psychology, they say that man is only behavior. There is nothing beyond behavior. So whatever you are behaving, you can be known only by your behavior. I am being very good to you, so I am that. I am very bad to someone, I am that. You are nothing beyond behavior. And this school is called behaviorism. But behavior is a very superficial thing. You can act very good with someone, you can act bad with someone, where you have to take advantage of someone, or when you are dealing with some powerful people, then you behave well. And when you are dealing with a person who is weaker than you, who cannot harm you, then you show your real face. Behavior is a superficial thing. Anyone can change his behavior. You can behave like a saint. There are most of the people, they are just acting like saint. They don't know who they are. But if you have known many scriptures, you can quote scriptures. You can just give Jimmy Carter's smile, and you can be very sweet, and people are impressed by those things. They have certain ideas about who is a saint. A saint will never get angry. He will be always smiling. He will show his compassion. But these things you can learn. You can be a very good actor. That's why Osho has said somewhere, whether even Buddha was enlightened or not, only he knew it. And even Buddha was enlightened. You can observe his behavior, how he walks, how he speaks, his gestures, and you can copy him well. You can be even better than him when you are copying, because he is not rehearsing it. Whatever he is doing he is spontaneous, he is unprepared. But you can make it more perfect. And people who have not known themselves, you can fool them very easily, because they will only see your behavior, how you are behaving. But no two enlightened person, no two people who have known themselves can be of similar type. If someone is a lotus flower, when he will blossom, he will become lotus. And if someone is a rose, he will become rose. An enlightened man is an end product. He is just. But all the enlightened people has to be totally original, different. There cannot be any carbon copy. So behavior is very easy. Anyone can behave like a saint. That's why there is two category. One is a sage, another is a saint. Saint is a man who can behave very well, who has mastered how to impress other people. There is a book also, How to Win Friend. What is the book? How to impress people and win friends, something like that. Influence people and win friends.
Dale Carnegie.
And Osho has said that if I have to write a book, then I will write how to influence people and make them enemies. So, behavior is not your being. When your being is transformed, it will be reflected in your behavior also. But first change will happen at your center. When the center is changed, slowly it will come to periphery. That's why when you become enlightened, you become first your being, first your center is transformed. Then slowly it starts reflecting in your behavior also. So a person who becomes enlightened, Osho has given a word, he is a baby Buddha at present. And then slowly it will come to his periphery also. It will be reflected in his bodily movement also, in his words also. But first thing happens at your center. That is the difference. If you are a fake person, if you are a hypocrite, if you are a charlatan, then you will just master behavior. And you can fool people, you can be regarded as a saint, just like Achar Prashant, because he has degrees of IAS, of Indian Management Service and IIT. So he is a saint. All the fools who are interested in educated saints will go to him. But there is no meditativeness in him. He is all the time trembling, his bodily movement is like that, means you are so restless. There is so much anger in him. Nowadays he will sit like this so that his bodily movement will be less. And I think he has listened to me and stopped wearing coat and all those things, suits. I said, I have written to him many times that you are living in a hot country. J. Krishna Murthy was wearing suit when he was going to West, but in India he was wearing kurta pajama type of thing. So now he is wearing kurta pajama again. So maybe, and he is also now more careful not to tremble too much. So I am being his master. So he was commenting on that, and that showed that he is perhaps being promoted and funded by Islamic world, and also those who are against Modi. Otherwise it is very clear, you should have tu idhar udhar ki na baat kar. He is not going straight that these people, those Hamas people, these are the real criminals. They are not any country, and they have no right to kill civilians, innocent civilians. If they were courageous people, they will fight with the army. Not the army when they are asleep. What they do from when Pakistan sent terrorists to India, how they burnt. They burnt all those sleeping army people. Where it happened? But not Pathankot. What was the place? Was it Pathankot or somewhere else?
Pulwama?
No. Before that, I think it was Pathankot maybe. Wherever they were sleeping, how many people were there? 20, 30, 50, something like that. And they were all burnt alive. This is no way any brave army fights. This is all cowardice. They know now the Pakistani army, they cannot face Indian army. So now they send these mercenaries, people who are ready to fight for money. Now it looks, now it will increase in India also, because even America want India to be terrorized again, because India is not listening to America. So these are all evil people. But I am with Israel because they don't have any other country. They have only one country. They have nowhere to go. And they are the cream of the world. They are the greatest geniuses. They have given us whatever you are using, most of the thing is given by Israelis. More than 25% of the Nobel Prizes in science they get. And their percentage is 0.0001%, something like that. Less than 10 million, their population in the whole world. And the way Israeli ambassador was saying yesterday, full of feeling, he said that I have been to so many countries, but I have not found any country which can be compared to India. So many people has written, we are ready to fight for Israel. We can create an army just by Indian people, an Israeli army. So that is what I was saying, that the difference in Islam and even in Christianity and Judaism is that in their religious book it is not written, you wherever you find them, kill them. It's not written in their religious book. And whatever the written in Bible, even Christians don't take it that seriously, that nothing, it is all coming directly from God. Not even a comma or full stop has been changed. But everything is changed in Quran. When, what was his name? I think Umar, when he compiled the Quran, then he burned all other versions of Quran. He just kept his version, and he burned all other. There is some possibility Muhammad may be a better man than what he is depicted. But I am not at all in illusion that he was enlightened. He was nowhere near enlightened. A very sexually pervert kind of man. That is what they are saying. He was also doing what they are doing, raping women and killing innocent people. You can create a religion, it can become a very big religion if you are powerful. He knew this. He was an expert how to hypnotize people, how to give them greed of heaven, and how to create fear in them. That if you don't follow what Allah has said, then you will be burned eternally in hellfire. So all those people who are retarded, they follow these kind of things. So whatever you had asked, is it something more to be set up on this, or it is enough? That much is enough? Is it complete or not? Because I changed the thing. You can ask, maybe I didn't say everything.
Once you said a person is doing something his whole life.
Person is doing
Enlightenment, anything.
a person
Is doing something before
enlightenment.
or samadhi. So he will be doing the same thing after that.
If you want to help people, then if you are doing like you are of a helping type, very you want to help people, you have more feeling, then there is more possibility that after enlightenment you will be more compassionate. Otherwise, if you were like not very concerned about what is happening to others, then after enlightenment you will not change much. You will just enjoy yourself. They are called arhats, and those who are very compassionate. That means they are creating this boundage of emotions, feeling. They are full of feeling with for others. But it is better to be a bodhisattva than to be a arhat. If you are still in the body, then it should be transferred. Otherwise the world will be even more miserable. You have got something which is the only real value. Otherwise the whole world is so unconscious. And these people who are unconscious, they cannot even understand what it means to be conscious and what it means to be unconscious. So even that you have to be told again and again. And that is the whole problem. If you are conscious, you cannot do anything which is called sin, which will be harmful for others. Only those who are asleep, only those who are in darkness, they do such things which bring suffering for others. Otherwise you can see, it is not divided. Consciousness is not divided. It is one consciousness in everyone. So how can you harm other? That's why Yuji Krishnamurti says that the day the divisive consciousness was born, on that very day, the doom of this earth was sealed. This is what is divisive consciousness. I am separate, you are separate. I am separate from you. Prem gali ati sakri ta mein do na samai. The lane of love is very narrow. There two cannot enter, only one. If you think you and your beloved are different, then you will exploit the person. You will exploit the beloved. So, if you have come to know the consciousness, then you are just consciousness. You are neither Indian nor American nor Chinese nor black nor white, neither male nor female. All those things is part of your personality, of this body. Consciousness is nothing, so there cannot be any war. Once you have come to know this consciousness in its purity, in its reality. But when the whole world is asleep, then you cannot tell them that they should all drop it just by listening to few beautiful words, or by condemning them that all these are just stories. If you believe in stories, then all these things will happen. Freud and Nietzsche both have said man cannot live without lies. So don't take his lies, otherwise he will not survive. So those who are living in lies, at least their lies should not be harmful. But what Acharya Prashant is trying to say, what he is trying to do is a very subtle conspiracy. He wants Hindus to get rid of their Puran and all those books. He doesn't want them that they should consider Ram as avatar or Krishna as avatar. Only Advait Vedanta. Then you have destroyed Hindus, their strength. The masses will have nothing to. When you are, he is saying that don't worship personalities. But if someone, if there is Krishna or if there is Buddha and you are making them your idol, instead of making Hollywood and Bollywood star as your idol, there is a chance one day you will grow, you will become a light unto yourself. But why he is saying? Because he has no He knows that he has no that kind of charisma. So he doesn't want Hindus to follow Krishna or Ram or anyone. Then you are taking their everything from them. Then Hindus can be destroyed very easily. And he was saying, I believe in Advait Vedant because that is the ultimate thing, something like that. That is the there is no stories in it. It is all truth. So I believe in that. In Advait Vedant, you are just trying to make this mind silent, make this I silent, peaceful. But there is no I inside. I is an illusion. I is a myth. I is something which you are identifying with, which has no real existence. It is just like a shadow. When the body is there, shadow is created. When it is obstructing the light, the shadow is created. But there is no I. If you go inside, you will not find. So how can the I become silent? How can the I become peaceful? If you want to call consciousness as I, it's not a good word to use for consciousness. Otherwise, you can use, because the very word Adhyat means what is in the Atma. And Atma in a way means I. What is your real I? What is your real nature? But what we believe in as I is ignorance. So I can never be made silent. I can never be made peaceful. He will never say anything against Muslims. He will condemn Hindus because Hindus are not violent. He never said anything against this Chinese virus. So in this way, he never praised any of whatever Modi has done in these 9 years. Maybe you don't agree with many of his action, but there have been so many things which he has done to save this country. In 9 years, whatever he has done, the India has grown more than in 70 years. So you could have said something. Whom you want to replace Modi with? With Rahul Gandhi or Kachadawala? Rahul the drug addict or Kachadawala? Or with whom? Who is the other person? You want to destroy India. Maybe for that you may be getting a lot of money. And when the agencies will be hounding you, then you may already, maybe it has been arranged, you will go to some other country. Like Ravish Kumar is not in India anymore. So these traitors, this is selfishness. This kind of selfishness harms everyone. So one has to be little alert whom you are following. Why you went there? For what? Why you, when you are with Osho, why you had to go there? He went to Achar Prashant. Mr. Bhupendra.
Okay.
Okay, so it was not because that I went I was just to know the man, just to know about him, what is his way to teach and what he does actually.
What was the attraction? Because Because he was an IIT and he was IAS, or he had a lot of followers.
No, that was totally bullshit. Still totally bullshit for me. That doesn't matter. The very first day I came, I heard him at your home when I was living in Beta. I came to you, then you played, and so you asked me what you felt. So I said, he's just talking to the point. He's talking just directly to the point. So that time he used to talk to the point, not this, that, here, there. And the other reason was it was in the same city I was living there.
He was, what you said?
He, so
Prince, you show me your chair. What kind of chair you have? No, you get up only, then I will. I can't see it. You are standing on the way. Your chair, you are. Now I can see. Is it doctor's chair or? Good one. You continue now.
So at least I can meet the person when he is coming to my city.
Where he came?
He came to Prayagraj. Now that time it was Allahabad.
So, what was your impression there?
Impression was quite different. What I was expecting, I thought he may be teaching the meditation. He may be. I thought of the similar kind of like at least something like meditation thing would be there. But I was meditating early morning there. Then the last time when I was coming back, one of his old disciple asked me, "Did you get something from meditation?" I was like, he said in a teasing way or a taunting way that to make sense. If we meet, I will share with you.
What happened? What you said?
I said, let me try to my full throttle, full 100%. If there is something, we'll tell you, we'll share you with you. Then I will reply. But right now, so I have been experienced meditation and not enough, but little bit in the sense that I got the taste. So I thought, yeah, I got something.
You have met what is his name? Of Oshodhara? Oshodhara?
Yeah.
What is his name?
Siddharth.
You have met Prince, Siddharth, Sailendra, anyone? Both, all of them, all the three. Then whom?
Ushu Siddharth.
So, what you felt about him?
It was 10 years ago when I
Then
would
you
just sit when I met him, we just sit together and we talked something, and that was it.
How was your impression about him?
Impression was not bad. He was just a good person. He didn't talk anything wrong with me. He just said that you have to meditate and you have to do this and that. Nothing much. And he was wearing some clothes, some Osho type clothes with hat and something like this. And yes, it was not bad, but maybe I have created that, but I had some experience with them when they were sitting in the meditation hall and all others were lying and meditating. That was good experience. Something has happened, but which normally doesn't happen.
So you are all very gullible people. Anyone can befool you. Now let me tell my story. You have said it enough. I was waiting for it to finish. All the people in Bihar, almost everyone, who were going to whosoever's camp, my master's camp, because he took one camp in Osho Dhara's center in Nepal, and both of them had ran away at that time. Both Siddharth and Sailendra and Priya, none of them were present. And Swamiji said in that camp that in this camp I have learned one thing, how to make business. So from next camp my camp will be more expensive, something like that he said. I heard Shailendra's audio there. At that time I was impressed by his way. Perhaps they had played the best one. It was similar to Osho's voice somewhat, so I was a little impressed, but not. But then all of them here in Patna, they all joined Osho Dhara. So I used to go to a doctor's place for meditation. Since after maybe 1 year of starting meditation, I was going at that place. Every evening I will be there till maybe 9 or 10 o'clock, sometime even more. Many times I was eating there after meditation. So, but then they all joined Osho Dhara. So I became alone. There was no other. I had no Sangh then, I was alone. So they were trying to lure me. So the doctor's wife will say that if you want to have the nasta, what it is called in English, the evening brunch, something like that. In the evening, snacks, something like that. If you want to eat it, then you will have to join our meditation. I said, to hell with your meditation and your food, I don't care. Then she was all the time trying to say a good thing about that. So she was advertising about it. And whenever someone is advertising, I don't like it. So then they told me that our guru is coming. So I said, I want to listen to him. I had already a plan. I wanted to blast him, so I had to listen first. So they gave me his son. He himself was a doctor. He gave me 3 of his cassettes. I heard him and I immediately realized that he is a fake guru. He is like a hodgepodge. He is borrowed from everywhere. He has read Osho also and all the saints of middle ages mostly, and he will be quoting everyone. He is his master's voice, HMV. So he will be vomiting them, all these people. So I talked with Swamiji that I want to go there and I want to ask him some question. So Swamiji said to me, yeah, all the chutiyas of Bihar have joined him. So what will be the English word for chutiya?
Fucker.
Chutiya is like homosexual type. So he said to me, you go and don't be afraid. Just blast this man. So I went, because if you want to oppose someone, you have to know him also. So I went to when he was to come from the train early in the morning, I went there also. And I was standing there, he came. The moment I saw him, I felt he is a joker, he is nothing to do with, there is no meditativeness in him. So it became more for me that it is very easy to blast this man, nothing much. So he was talking, and they had arranged for a big rally from station to city Gurudwara. Many people in car with banners and motorcycle banner and everything, everyone wearing this patta on the head with Oshodhara written. So there were a lot of people, more than 500 or 1000, whatever, big number of his disciples. And all these three, no, I think the Sailendra was not there, only Priya and him, Siddharth. So their cloth looked like a Jadugar Goga type cloth. They were wearing magician Goga. I had to translate for her also. So they sat on the chair looking very egoistic, like. Then he started giving his speech, and he said many nonsensical things, that what happened in Afghanistan, it has been inspired by the saints, and we are going to produce 10,000 Buddhas till 2010, something like that. And so many things, I have forgotten those things. So he was answering people questions, they had all written it. So then I thought that I will have to ask, otherwise everything will be finished. So I stood up, I said, I have to ask, I also want to ask something. He thought, seeing me, my look very soft kind at that time, he thought that a very gentle disciple he looks. So he said to me, come on the platform, you ask from here. So he gave me the mic. I said, you are claiming that you will produce 10,000 Buddha till 2010. I don't feel that you are enlightened or anything near. You are a good scholar, you are a good pandit, but you have nothing to do with enlightenment. So how can you produce 10,000 Buddha? And no one can produce Buddhas like this. It's not that there is a cause and effect, you will do this and the effect will come out. Even an enlightened man, any enlightened master cannot claim that I can make you a Buddha. Otherwise, being enlightened is just nothing, it's something worldly. It is not like you are producing Ford cars in assembly. You will produce 10,000 Buddhas. It is not something mechanical. You are doing this method, you are doing this technique, and that will result into enlightenment. No technique can make you enlightened. What you are talking is utter nonsense. I said to him that you are selling enlightenment just like in Rome, Pope was selling ticket for paradise. And you have all these different categories of samadhi. So when someone is very rich, you will ask more and more money. When all his money is depleted, maybe you give him the title of Osho. And if someone is poor, maybe you will charge less. But it is all game of money. You are doing a good business in the name of truth. And then he was saying that this, if Arjun Dev had not happened, then Osho would not have come. I said, you are just playing pure politics. Osho has not even mentioned his name. Osho has not talked much about all these Sikh gurus. Only he has talked about Guru Nanak. So because you have come into Gurudwara, so you are trying to appease them. You are trying to buttress their ego. And he was saying that the bombing of Afghanistan is inspired by these sages, Santo Dwara Prerit. He said it in Hindi. I said both are of the same type. Osama bin Laden and George Bush, they are both of the same type. Where is Sant in that? There is no sage involved in that. Both are criminals. Both are monsters. So then he started answering my question. And he said that one who is suffering from jaundice, he said it in Hindi, जिसको पीलिया का रोग हो जाता है उसको सब जगह पीला ही नजर आता है. One who is suffering from jaundice, he sees only yellow everywhere. Even if I am doing some politics, my politics is I am trying to using the needle, I am trying to thread, join people. He meant that I am trying to join Osho Dhara and these Sikh people. But this is also politics. I am not using scissors to divide people. These things look beautiful. But what I had asked him, and I had asked him also that you are talking so much about conduct, behavior, do this, don't do that. It is totally against Osho vision. He is not giving these laws that you have to do this. When someone elder comes, you have to smile like this. Don't eat this. Be totally vegetarian. Don't only be with your wife. But all these laws are not given by Osho. Osho is saying that you meditate. As your meditation will grow, you will have an inner eye. Then you will see what is wrong and what is right, what should be done and what should not be done. But you are imposing your own ideas on them. You are imposing laws. That is never going to transform. All these rules which you are giving to them, that will make them hypocrite. They will just follow the rule, but inside they will remain the same person. They will stop eating meat, but the desire will remain. Then he asked me, he thought that let me trap. I was there at that time on the podium, and he said, are you eating fish and meat? I said, no. I was eating, but it has dropped. He said, are you smoking? Are you taking drugs? Drug he didn't use, but these things. I said, are you drinking? I said, I have tried, but I saw that it is against my meditativeness. It is against being conscious. So it has dropped on its own. I had to make no effort for it. Then he became silent. He thought, I cannot be trapped. Otherwise he would have said that he is himself eating all those things. So he is trying to protect his unconscious behavior. So then he answered, but not answered the real thing which I have asked. Why you are trying to change Osho vision? Why you are trying to add water in milk? Why you are diluting his message? Otherwise, if you have to do all those things, you should separate yourself. Why you have to call it Osho Dhara? Call it Osho Nali or not Osho Nali, just Nali. I didn't say these things, but I am saying now. And he had said at other places that Osho was a good player, but he could not, good football player, but he was not successful in making gold. We are doing like, he said he was not successful in making enlightened people. But all your enlightened people are all fake. Nothing has happened. I know some of your enlightened people, they are nearer to madness. Nothing at all has happened. Just they are having this ego that they are enlightened. What is all this bullshit that you are giving them this title Osho Siddharth, Osho Sailendra? Why? And if a person has become enlightened, he has come to know himself, he will feel it first. Why you have to? He is not feeling anything. There is one friend of mine who lives here. He was also declared enlightened. He refused. He said, I am not feeling enlightened at all. So why should I call myself Osho this, Osho Abhijit or whatever? His name is Abhijit. He refused. So because he was also going to my master's camp. So at least he was that authentic enough not to accept this. If he had accepted, he is a poor man. He would have been getting good money. I was invited. They tried to lure me in many ways. I was taking meditation camp in Muzaffarpur, and the most important of his sannyasi, Parshuram Bharti, he came there. He didn't came. He sent someone that, and he told me that Parshuram Bharti wants to meet you. I said my meditation camp is finished and I am going back home. The man with whom I came, the man who has arranged all those meditation, I am going with him in his car, so this time I cannot meet him. When he was answering my question, then I had something else to ask, so I again stood up. Then at that time also Parshuram Bharti, he stood and he saw me like a criminal. He said that you have asked your question, now you sit down. And one of his sannyasin later on told me, he was also going into Swamiji's camp, that you saw how these people have been transformed. They didn't beat you, they didn't kill you. I said they were all planning to do all those things. And then later on someone asked me, how much like you, that's why I remembered this whole story, because you also told the same kind of thing. Someone asked me after it was finished, how much you were satisfied with his answer? How much percentage? I said 0%, not at all. Anyone who is fake can manage a lot of people around him. If they are all greedy, that is how Islam has spread so much. That is how I think this is the target of Achar Prashant also. Because they have less intelligence, so he can मुसलमानों को मोड़ सकते हैं. मोड़ना समझते हो? You understand what is मोड़ना? But he cannot entrap Jews, because Jews are intelligent people, and Jews, their number is very less. And in India their number is even far less. So these people, they have a target. They know that Hindus will not come. All these traditional Hindu will never come to you. Only few who are like studying in science, and those who are, they think they are very wise, they will come to you. Those who are like they are asking questions, they are very atheist kind of people. Maybe you can lure them for a while. Some Muslim may come, but at least they can supply you with good amount of money if you are criticizing the government or if you are saying things against Hinduism. So they are applying all kind of method. He may be also part of the same toolkit. What do you think, Mr. Bhupendra? He is part of the toolkit or not?
Maybe.
Because whatever he says these days, you will see in all of his speeches, towards the end or somewhere he will be speaking against the present government. So Modi is at present is the number one for so many years in the whole world. He is doing so much everywhere where in the whole world he is recognized as a real leader. Then what you want? You want in India someone really mediocre or what? You want to destroy this country. This country is so complex. And this is what they have done. What Kejriwal has done. So many of Osho sannyasin were so much in his support. Because he was reading Osho. If someone is reading Osho, what it proves? If he is full of kachda, he will only be kachda wala. He is real Mr. Natwar Lal. All his ministers are almost all are in jail. Now he will be also going to jail. And he is saying there is no corruption. We have not done any corruption. They are just taking revenge. But Modi is not putting you, it is decided in the court. And court is not influenced by Modi. Most of the judges are against the present government. If there is no proof against you, you cannot be in jail. This is the first time a party which came into power to remove corruption has proved to be the worst of all parties. They have destroyed Punjab, they have destroyed Delhi by their. But that is also, it is said that he has been funded by Ford Foundation. If people are not alert, if they don't understand politics even little bit, then they cannot decide the right person. And I was also never interested at all in politics because Osho was saying everything against politics. But because I followed Osho, I didn't apply my mind. I was totally authentic. So I got my own eyes. I can see who's just seeing a person. Within few minutes, I can say what is the level of that person. His energy, his everything reveals things. I was never at all impressed by Kejriwal from the very beginning. I thought always he is a big liar. There was one Osho sannyasin who was his father helped me very much in the beginning and I was a good friend of him. He was so much full of praise of Kejriwal. He said he is almost near enlightenment. I thought that this man, he has taken sannyas from Osho. His father is Osho sannyasin. He took sannyas from Osho. His whole family took sannyas from Osho. And he is talking utter nonsense. He is near enlightenment. He has nothing to do with enlightenment. He has nothing at all to do with meditation. Enlightenment is out of question. But if you don't meditate, you will fall in this kind of trap. Anyone can befool you. You had anything to ask? You are Mr. Bhupendra?
I was saying the same thing in another way.
What?
That he is near to enlightenment in enlightenment is 100% thing. Something is.
No, I call it another. When they talk about enlightenment, these Oshodhara people, I said their enlightenment means in light and light has ended. Their light has totally ended. So that kind of enlightenment they are in. And the name of the wife of the doctor is Sambodhi. So I would call her Sambuddhu. These kind of people, They will never meditate and they claim to be sannyasis. He looks like a pickpocket. He is a Mr. Kejriwal. He is addicted to lying. Both of them have criminal mind, Kejriwal and Rahul Gandhi. Very destructive kind of mind. Anything more?